You know what? There is a lot of people that talk about like the Champions League and Arsenal chances. They never won the Champions League and all this stuff. However, there are many things about Arsenal that win against Olympiakos. In the same time that Man City drew against Monaco, Barcelona lost to PSG. Arsenal playing today against Olympiakos, it looks like an easy game, and it was an easy game. Arsenal could have won that 10-0. But it was a performance that is if you look at it, it's industrial. And it actually shows you that Arsenal are not only, they are trying to compete for the league, they are trying to win the Premier League. However, after a quarterfinal in the Champions League, a semi-final last season, my team, Inter, I'm looking at Arsenal and I'm thinking, yeah, this team is kind of dangerous because the only two teams that kept both clean sheets are Inter and Arsenal in the Champions League. Yes, Arsenal played only Athletic Bilbao and Olympiakos, but they kept 2 clean sheets, scoring 4 goals. So you look at this, especially when Arsenal doing all these changes in the team. We're going to talk about the game against Olympiakos. I'm going to give you my thoughts about what are the chances of Arsenal actually going all the way in the Champions League. But before we do on, this is Footy Judge Mo. Hit the like button, people. Subscribe to the channel. We're trying to get to 50K. Your like on this video, your comment on this video. So I want to get a like for every view to push the video to the new viewers, to get more people to watch. If you're a rival, let me know what you think about what I'm saying. If I'm being biased, if people are saying I'm glazing Arsenal, whatever, just let me know what you think about what I say. Hit the like button, leave a comment below, subscribe. I'm going to start by a couple of things. Arsenal made tons of changes today. Mikel Merino in the midfield, Trossard, Martinelli, both on each side. They are not the starters. Ben White on the right side and Miles Kelly. That is about 5 subs from the team that has been playing. Odegaard is just came back, and I'm going to talk about Odegaard performance because I thought it was scintillating today, actually. The way he played these balls behind the defense was absolutely scintillating. And I got to be honest. But before, I want to start by saying that is the depth that everyone is talking about. When you are able, in a Champions League game, yes, it's at the Emirates, to actually make 5 changes to your 6 changes to your starting 11 from last game. Remember, or 5, if I'm not mistaken, 5 changes from your last game. And you still have a Saka outside. You still have a Timber. You still have a Calafiori outside. You still have a Rice outside. Havertz is still injured. This Madueke is injured. Gabriel Jesus is injured. That is what I call depth for Arsenal. And that is what makes me believe that Arsenal can go far in the Championship. It's a very objective take now to think that Arsenal currently have the biggest depth in Europe in terms of like they can compete on multiple fronts. It is all on Mikel Arteta now to actually utilize this depth in the right time, in the right places, in the right games, and the right matches, and the right moments in games. My first question to you, which team do you think in Europe have better depth than Arsenal or more depth than Arsenal in Europe? As far as I know, nobody. And maybe you can say PSG have some depth. Yes, they have very, very good depth as well. But if you look at Arsenal, in defense, they are stacked. In attack, if Havertz is back and Madueke is back, they're going to be stacked as well. In the midfield, they are stacked with tons of players as well. Is Mikel Arteta a coach that is made for the Champions League? I believe so. You know what I mean? I actually believe so. And the reason why, because he's adaptable. Because he can play on the front foot, but also he can be defending, and he can actually play a little bit of pragmatic game when he needs to do, he did this last season. And I believe he can do it this season as well. He's not changing. The same personnel is there. And if not, added more. I'm going to highlight a couple of players, to be honest. I'm going to start by Martin Ødegaard. And I'm going to say the captain of Arsenal went back, and he was under a lot of criticism last season. But if you look at his performance today, I don't know what was wrong. Maybe it was the hair. You know what I mean? If you look at his performances last season, including myself, I criticized him a lot. I said he's not a captain. But I'm not here to talk about is he captain material or not. I'm here to talk about his football ability. When he's allowed to express himself, there is no denying that Martin Ødegaard is a very talented footballer. Is someone that we have seen top the charts in Europe in chances created the season before last and the season before. For some whatever reason, Arteta wasn't using him to his best ability last season. Or, of course, after he came back from the Achilles injury in the beginning of the season, he wasn't the same guy. looking at him today, and I know it's only Olympiakos, but it's the signs are there for him. Similar, we had the same thing for Foden when he came back, and he's absolutely playing amazing currently, Foden. But Martin Odegaard, if you watch how he played today and the way he handled the ball and with the passes between the lines forward and going to get it again and play that final pass, it's nothing less than what we expect from Martin Odegaard. If you're an Arsenal fan, you got to be happy with this. Because there's a lot of people that said he should be dropped for Eze. It should be topped for a goal because he missed a chance today that he should have scored. But it was a brilliant save, to be honest. But if you look at Martin Odegaard, and if he's released like this, I still believe that there are some games you can play Eze and Odegaard together. I genuinely believe that you should be able to actually play both. He is on the ball when on his day, when he has this thing and he's running the game, he is scintillating. The amount of passes he played for Trossard, Martinelli, and Eucharist. We're going to come to Eucharist in a bit because he's come under a lot of criticism as well. I genuinely believe that he can actually be the reason, the difference maker for Arsenal, in my opinion. But that's the captain. There is another player, Eucharist today. I'm gonna tell you something about Eucharist today. I loved his game, the physicality. He's the one who fought for the first goal for Arsenal when Martinelli scored the tap in at the end after it hit the post. I believe that his link-up play is improving by the game. And if anyone is not seeing this, and if anyone is not seeing Eucharist actually being involved in the Arsenal game and actually showing the fight and actually improving the first touch and the movement, you don't know, you just want to banter. Victor Eucharist has improved since he joined Arsenal. Yes, the goals might not be there, but I believe he's playing a number 9 role. He's like, play the ball long, Victor Eucharist will fight for it. He's doing that. Is he putting the ball in the back of the net enough? Probably not. Maybe you want to see more. You want to see probably a goal every game or even a goal every 2 games or something like this. But I believe when I'm watching him today, I'm like, yeah, you're doing good. All you need is to put the ball in the back of the net, which is he tried. And then the goalie came up with a couple of saves. I believe that the final touch to set him up for himself is not there. But I believe that he can get there. It will come. Good. He remind me, I'm going to tell you something that is kind of strange a little bit. He remind me of the start of Diego Milito at Inter in the beginning of the treble season. I'm not saying that Arsenal will win a treble, but he was a little bit clunky. And then with the season went on, Diego Milito became unplayable. And you saw him in the Champions League. You saw him at the end of the league for Inter. He was unplayable. He's one of the main reasons why Inter won the treble in 2010. If you don't know, just go watch Diego Milito in 2010. But I believe that Victor Eucharist is going to be something for Arsenal this season. But going back to the game, there are a couple of things I want to say. David Raya, again, I'm going to say this. David Raya, again, is proven with his feet, he's immaculate. And also, he had a couple of saves in the first half. One first or second half from Daniel Podence. That was absolutely magnificent. David Raya is establishing himself up there. I know that a lot of people want to say this goalkeeper is better, this goalkeeper is better. I believe that David Raya has slowly become one of the best goalkeepers in the world. Since he first joined Arsenal, he's improving by the game. If I'm not like, his mistakes are less, and he's coming up with world-class saves, and we have seen it last season. David Raya is becoming someone that is completely different in terms of like the mistakes, the leadership from the back, always an option. He's playing the sweeper keeper magnificent, but he's also involved in the build-up play for Arsenal. And you can tell that Mikel Arteta has different instructions for him. Every time David Raya gets the ball, he's trying to release someone quicker. That is different. Arsenal trying to be more direct, quicker on attack, just going forward faster and faster and faster. And that is credit to Mikel Arteta and his plans, of course. Martinelli as well. I'm going to touch on Martinelli as well because, again, the guy is scoring goals. I thought he could have done something. Like, there is more to his game. He can improve. But, again, now it is his 3rd game running where he scores a goal, if I'm not mistaken. Like, he scored against Man City, and he scored the last game, and now he scored now. So, for me, if I'm looking at Martinelli, He's improving. He's improving. He's going back. Is he the winger to start for Arsenal in a title-winning team? Probably not, but he's very useful in these games. And maybe Mikel Arteta can have that weapon off the bench if needed. But let me know in the comment section what you guys think. But I believe a brilliant win for Arsenal. 6 points from 6. Similar to other teams. PSG have 6 from 6 as well. Inter, Bayern Munich, same. I'm not sure who's going to win the Champions League. But listen, you got to put yourself in the best possible place to actually try to win that competition. And there are a lot of people that actually say that Arsenal are one of the favorites to win the Champions League. With the way they play and how solid defensively they are, I think they give themselves all the chances to actually try to win it. I know the banter is there and I've never won the champs, but that is completely different now. Hit the like button, guys, if you're here. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think. And turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next video.